Welcome to my sports betting channel, Place Your Bets. It's week number 12 follow-up results video. Let's go take a look at Sunday's games and let's go take a look at my betting board. All right, week number 12 in the NFL, the results. Let's see how everybody did. Steelers versus the Bears. Bears were a 2.5 point favorite. Hope you didn't bet on that spread. They won by 2. Never mind. They won by 3. Wait. 29, 30, 30. I'm half asleep again. Jets versus the Ravens. Ravens were a 13.5 point favorite. 23-10. Giants versus the Lions. Lions were a 12.5 point favorite. 34-27. I watched part of that game. It's really good. Patriots versus the Bengals. Do you remember I did a side bet? 7-point spread. Look at that, 26-20. You know, it's almost like Vegas. You know, it's weird how they're at. It's weird the accuracy with Vegas and the spread. I took the 7. They won by 6. Seahawks versus the Titans. Seahawks 30-24. Seahawks are playing fantastic. They didn't cover the spread. Another side bet I lost. Vikings versus the Packers. Vikings are an unreliable bet. Packers are a solid, dependable bet. 6-23. Colts versus the Chiefs. I said the Chiefs was a must win. They got it done in the nick of time. 23-20. Nail biter, that game. Jaguars versus the Cardinals. 3-point favorite. Look at that. 27-24. Browns versus the Raiders. Battle of the 2 and 8s. Raiders were favored by 4 points. Money line -200. I've been saying it for weeks that the Raiders are done like a well-done steak. 24-10. The Raiders are horrendous. I think they're worse this year than they were last year. Falcons versus the Saints. 24-10. Eagles versus the Cowboys. I watched this game. The Eagles dominated this game. First half, anyway. They were favored by 3. And then a total collapse in quarters 3 and 4. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe. I was shocked. 24-21. Cowboys. Scrappy Cowboys came back and won. Buccaneers versus the Rams. Rams were a 6.5 point favorite. Rams absolutely dominated that game. Fantastic. Rams are very dependable. Very dependable, reliable bet. The Monday night game, Panthers versus the 49ers. I watched that game. My goodness, how many times are you going to throw on 1st and 10? And then you throw, 49ers throw, what, 3 interceptions? So what are we going to keep doing? Throwing the ball. Let's throw on 1st and 10. Gee, why don't we throw on 2nd and 10 and then 3rd and 10? 3rd and 10 makes sense. But throwing on 1st and 10 every single time, I find perplexing. I don't understand that. Horrible play calling. Why do you throw on 1st and 10? And then you have a lead. 10-3. Run the ball. Just keep running the ball. Stop throwing on 1st and 10. Or when you're down on the 4-yard line and you're ready to score, run the ball in. Why are you throwing the ball? I don't understand that. This throwing epidemic, it drives me crazy. I can't stand it. Okay, rant over. Let's get to the betting board. All right, here's my betting board. I had an excellent weekend. I had a very, very good weekend. Out of all my games, I only lost one game. And we know which game that was. The Eagles. 8-2. Cowboys 4-5-1. Eagles were favored by 3. I would have had a perfect weekend if it wasn't for the Eagles. The effing Eagles. My record is 51-20. All right. Top to bottom. I had a $10 money line on the Patriots. I won that. I had a $10 money line on the Packers. I won that one. I had a $5 money line on the Chiefs. I won that one. Eagles, complete and total collapse. I had a $5 money line. Lost. Buccaneers versus the Rams. I did a $10 money line on that. Won. Panthers versus the 49ers. $5 money line on that. Remember, I did the $5 money line on that because the 49ers are unpredictable. I lost. Remember, I had 2 side bets. I took the 7-point Patriots. Lost that one. I took the 13-point Seattle spread. Lost that one. I won my Bears game. Put $5 on that money line. I won 2 parlays. First parlay, Patriots, Packers. $1 parlay, I converted $1 to $1.71. My second parlay, thanks to the Eagles, was the Chiefs and the Eagles. I lost that parlay. My third parlay was the Rams and the 49ers. I converted $1 into $1.63. How about we take a look at my money line? $10 converted to $12.50. This money line here, I converted $10 to $13.51. This $5 money line, I converted to $7.70. Lost this $5 money line. This $10 money line, I converted it to $12.86. This $5 money line, I converted to $6.33. Maybe I said the Bears. I'll say it again, since I like to repeat myself. $5 win money line converted to $8.45. I now have a grand total of $130.05. I had an excellent weekend. And if it wasn't for losing the $5 over here and the dollar over here, and the 5 there, that's 11, I'd be looking at $141. But hey, it came out $7 ahead. So I had a great weekend. And after 12 weeks of doing this, I'm convinced that betting is not about luck. It is about strategy. It's about finding your winners. And I found them this weekend, and I am very happy. I had a very good weekend. I hope you had a good weekend. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking out my channel. And we will see you in week number 13.